Okay, so we are back. Hey guys, how's it going? It's been a little while since I've come on here and just talked to you guys about some things and been on here to figure some things out. So I hope you guys are all having a fantastic day, fantastic night, evening, noon, whenever you guys are watching this. And like I said, yeah, it's been a little while since I've been on here. It's been about 2 months, and I want this video to kind of be, I'm not going to put a time limit, and there's not even really going to be a main topic to this video. We're talking. There will kind of be a topic, but we're just talking and we're figuring things out together as we do on this channel. So first I kind of want to talk about where I've been. I didn't abandon you guys. I had every intention at one point of coming back. It's just I've really been figuring out what I need to do. Why did I make an axe and not a pickaxe? So yeah, I didn't abandon you guys. I had every intention of coming back and making more of these videos. It's just I've been recently really needing to work on myself, because if you guys watched the most recent video, it was why your brain is the culprit, or it was like around that topic of your brain is the problem, because it's trying to protect you from things that don't need to be protected from. And I was getting to points where I really needed some help with that type of stuff. And so I stepped back a little bit because I didn't want to have this turn into something that I felt like I had to do when I didn't want to do it. So I wanted to take a step back so that I didn't ruin this channel for me, and so that we would still hold its same value when I was in a better place. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of cows over here. But so anyway, I took a step back and I've really been working on myself. I've lost a lot of weight, actually. A good healthy amount, not like a bad amount. And I've worked on myself a lot mentally. I have gotten to the point now where I'm perfectly okay with being alone. That was a big problem that I was suffering from. If you guys watch the channel, the most recent, like, I think I've done what, 3 or 4 videos on this channel so far, and that was like my big problem, was not able to really be alone. And I've gotten to the point now where I'm perfectly capable of that. And I've just recently gotten out of a relationship. Actually, kind of today. Technically, if you want to be specific, we're still in the relationship, but it's at that point where it's like, it's over. And I'm okay with that. And I don't want to make it sound like I didn't care. I tried. I tried. I did everything that I physically could, and it still didn't work. So it's not my fault. And I mean, that can kind of be a takeaway from this. That's going to be the takeaway from this video. Not everything is your fault. That's what I'm labeling this video, mainly so I have a title. So not everything is your fault. And that's something that I think a lot of people need to hear, and probably need to hear more than once a day, is your brain's going to try to label everything as what could you have done differently to change the outcome. Sometimes it's not possible. Sometimes you can't change the outcome, because sometimes you're not the one that made the outcome. You're not the one that manifested the outcome in the first place. Because, for example, like what I've just went through is the person I was dating came to the conclusion that out of nowhere, they didn't trust me anymore. They came to the conclusion that they had too much with their past and couldn't trust anybody. And I'm not one, if you have trauma, I'm not belittling you. That's not what I'm saying. And I know that she's had some in the past, but it was just kind of strange that everything was fine, and then randomly she drops the fact that she didn't trust me anymore. And I'm not mad at her, because I know that trauma can make you do things that some people would see as, how do I say this? That some people wouldn't see as quote unquote normal. But I don't know, just everything was going perfectly fine. And then randomly one night, like last night, actually, this happened last night. I was over at my grandparents' house and everything was fine. And actually, I don't know how to, I want to say all this without getting too personal, because I don't want, like, the whole point of this channel was that nobody knows who I am. That was kind of the goal. So I can't be too specific, because with my luck, someone that I know is going to find this and know it's me. But so there was this dream that she's always had. And we recently found out that if she wanted to do this dream, we couldn't be together anymore. And she had said when she first found that out that she would rather be with this dream, meaning me, than that dream. And I was like, okay, I didn't really want to be the person to like tell her that she can't do what she's always wanted to do because of me, but I'm like, okay, it's whatever. It's her choice. It's not my place to really, you know, make that decision for her. But then I think that kind of, it started a domino effect, because I recently found out today that she actually texted my friend and actually her ex, kind of saying, you know, me and him aren't good right now because I've been wanting to do this thing, and I recently found out that we can't because I'm with him, and it's a mess. That's kind of a little village. I don't know. See if we get some iron, but that was kind of like a summary of the screenshots that he sent me. And so it's like, I'm not mad. I'm genuinely not, which I have every right to be, in my opinion. But I'm not mad, because like I said, I've gotten to the point where I'm perfectly fine being by myself. And I was actually talking with my friend not too long ago, actually, before I decided I was going to record 5 iron, jeez. But before I decided that I was going to record this video tonight, but I told him, I'm like, you know, I was talking to him and I'm like, you know, there's a lot more on myself that I could be working on, which one of that things is spiritually. Now, I've brought this up before. I'm not going to bring that type of stuff into these videos so everybody can relate to it. But that is one thing I need to work on myself. And I mean, I can always work on myself physically more. I mean, there's a lot more I could do. Come on, game, let me sleep. So I'm not, get out of here. This is my bed. So I'm not even mad, because what my friend told me, and he had a good point, and I'm going to pass this on to you, is you always have to look for the good in every bad situation, because there's more good than there is bad. And okay, why is it, I thought it was getting nighttime. So he told me that, and it really, like, it just really resonated with me, because it's like, I've been working for the past couple of months and past couple of weeks and stuff to train myself to not always be so negative, and it's been working. I'm, for the first time in a really long time, proud of myself for being able to like feel the way that I do. So I'm trying to multitask here, and I'm not used to playing and talking. But so I'm not mad. I've trained myself to be able to see the good in all the bad, because honestly, in the situation I'm in right now, there's way more good that happened from it than there was bad. I was starting to actually, in this relationship, go back to old patterns, more stressful patterns that I had talked about before. And now I'm like, okay, I don't have to worry about that anymore. You know, we're good now. And I actually have time for myself again. Which, the one thing they don't talk about whenever they're like, oh yeah, you know, people always say want a relationship and they want to have somebody that they can call their own and that stuff. And yeah, I get that. I get wanting to feel loved, wanting to, feel like you're not alone. And no matter what relationship or not, you're not alone. And if you feel like you are, then you probably also aren't. Because I was in that situation where I'm like, okay, yeah, like today, you've got to be kidding me. Today I felt like I was all alone. Because when this all first happened, my first instinct was, okay, what did I do? But I caught myself. So I'm going to say something right now to kind of spew off into another tangent, but I'll come back to this in a second and it won't make sense. I'm not saying that I'm perfect and that I'm completely 100% healed and know exactly what I'm doing. I still 90% of the time have anxious thoughts, when this all first happened, I'm like, okay, what did I do? Why is this my fault? How can I fix it? But the difference now is that I caught myself. Before, I would have let it spiral for good old food. Before, I would have let it spiral for hours and sometimes even days. And then, I would go into spam texting and just kind of make everything worse than it already was. But now, 90% of the time, maybe 80% of the time, I know what to look out for. I know when I'm getting stressed. I know when I'm getting anxious. And I know when I'm, gonna have an attack or something, a panic attack, or you get overwhelmed. And I know how to prepare for it now. I know what to do. I know how to deal with it. Because yeah, sometimes you are going to be by yourself, because at the end of the day, you're the only person that you can truthfully say that will be there. It's a sad fact, but it is a fact that you are the only person that is 100% guaranteed to be there with you all the time. And you have to learn to live with that. There's nothing you can do to change it. And yeah, it sucks, but it's what you have to do. You have to learn to deal with that. So I've learned how to cope without needing reassurance of another person. And I've got my confidence up enough that I don't need constant reassurance from other people. I don't need someone to tell me that I matter, to know that I matter. And I don't need somebody else to tell me that, it's going to be okay, because I know that, yeah, in the moment it may seem like it's not going to be, but at the end of the day, it is okay. And so, yeah, like I'm saying, like, I don't think it ever gets 100%, like your brain 100% ever shuts up with these facts about, this could happen or this is your fault. You have to learn to deal with them. And is there another village? Jeez. And, I've always, if you guys, I do want to say this too, like, if you ever are actually at a point where you feel like you are all alone and don't know what to do, I do have an email that you can email me on, and I try to answer them as quickly as I can. I'm usually, be honest, everyone's always with their phone. So I'm usually like, I get it and I try my best to answer it as quickly as possible. So if you ever do genuinely need somebody to talk to or to just listen to, or I'm trying to get a Discord started to, a shipwreck. I'm trying to get a Discord started to where maybe we can all kind of hang out and talk and get things all kind of, figured out. But that'll be something down the line once, I get a little bit more into this YouTube stuff. But yeah, so back to off of the tangent that, your brain never completely stops. Because, when all this happened, I was like, okay, yeah, this is my fault. What did I do? But I was able to stop myself. I was able to realize that it wasn't my fault, because there's nothing I could have done to prevent it. There's nothing that, I could have done to change this outcome, because if she doesn't trust me, because my brain was constantly going, okay, well, how can we fix this? How can I, say the perfect thing that'll change her mind, that will make this work, whether she trusts me or not. And that's just not how life works. That's just not how relationships work. I can't be in a relationship with you if you don't trust me. That is literally 95% of the foundation of a relationship is trust. You have to be able to trust the person to, even consider anything. Like, consider being in a relationship with anybody. And that goes with anything. Like, you can't do something and not trust it. It's just your brain doesn't work that way. And so, yeah, I don't know. I really don't know anymore. But I do know that there is light at the end of the tunnel. That's what I've learned these past months. And I'm going to, in the next couple of weeks, maybe start doing... I want to start posting more frequently again. And if you guys do have any topics that you'd really like for me to touch up on, let me know in the comment section down below too. Because I'd love to hear your guys's... If you guys have any certain issues that maybe you'd want to see some other insight on or something, I'm always down to talk about new things. But yeah, so like I said, there was no real topic to this, just that, oh, the topic I did say was that it's not your fault. I didn't really talk about that at all, though. I guess what I can say is that sometimes, no matter how hard you try, you can't... Here's a quote that I don't remember where I saw this at, and it's not going to be perfect, but it's... You can't stress about something that is completely out of your control, because no matter how hard you stress about it, you're not going to change what happens. And that's the quote I've been listening to all of today, because I was sitting here, I was stressing, and I was like, okay, what if she's messaging somebody else and, they're helping her better than I am, and she did message somebody else, but me stressing wouldn't have changed that. I mean, like, honestly, think about that. Like, you can stress as much as you want to, and the outcome's not going to be any different. If the person wants to, they're going to, whether you're stressing or not. So why give them that power? Why give them that power over you when you can just move on with your life? Because 9 times out of 10, it is not a life or death situation. Your brain makes it sound like it is. It makes it feel like it's a life or death situation, but it's really not. You're going to wake up tomorrow, and yeah, it's going to suck. You're going to feel down, and I'm not trying to belittle you guys in any way. Trust me, I know that it sucks. It does. But, you're going to wake up tomorrow. Or maybe not tomorrow, maybe not the next week, maybe not the next month, and for some people maybe might not even be the next year. But one day you're going to wake up, and what happened is not going to matter. I mean, it's really not. Like, I'm going to wake up. I mean, yeah, tomorrow, my view on this might all be different. Maybe it'll hit me more tomorrow. But eventually I'm going to wake up. And, think of it long term. Eventually, one day, whenever, whatever you believe in, whenever the timing is right, I'm going to have somebody that loves me for me and is willing to, make sacrifices and do whatever to make things work. And, I'm not even going to think about this. I mean, maybe I will. Maybe I'll still think about, all the stuff that happened. But it's not going to matter, because I'm going to be in a life that I'm happy with. And, oh my gosh, look at that. But So yeah, it's not gonna matter in 10 years. Even 5 years, it's most likely not gonna matter. And that goes for everything too. It's not even just, I don't want this whole channel to be about relationships. So I'm gonna kind of sway to this to end off the video. You know, sometimes, most of the time, things are out of your control. And stressing about them is just going to make it worse. Sometimes I know easier said than done, but if you can just distract yourself for long enough for your brain to understand, hey, this isn't the end of the world, I promise you your look on it's going to be 10 times better. Take that from somebody that's been working on that for months. If you can distract yourself, you know what, honestly, here's what I say you do. I mean, take my advice, if you will. I am just a random dude on the internet. But take my advice if you want to. If not, that's okay. If it's something you can control and you worry about it, then change it. If it's something that you can control and you're worried about it, why worry about it? Fix it. If you're worrying about something that isn't in your control, why worry about it? Because worrying about it's not going to fix it. If you're worrying about it and it's in your control, don't worry about it, fix it. If you're worried about something that's out of your control, don't worry about it because it's not going to fix it. So that's your quote. I'm going to leave you guys off with that. Yeah, like I said, this didn't have any real theme, any real topic, any real direction that I was going. It was all over the place, but you guys seem to like these types of videos. So I'll continue to keep posting them. And if you guys, like I said, have any topics that you want me to talk about or just want to talk to me in general, I'm going to work on a Discord server and I'm going to get that posted for you guys. My email is always open if you want to talk to me. And I'm thinking about starting something like an anonymous, like, reach out point. Maybe sometime. I had that thought when I was making this video, and this video's, I try not to hide anything in these videos, like, that isn't too personal. I like to speak my mind on this channel, and that's what came up when I was talking. It was like, if I could somehow make a way for, like, you to anonymously reach out if you need to, or I guess for Discord, that can kind of be a thing, where it's like, you could create another account if you know people, or just join the Discord and we can talk over there. So I'll get that working on it. Maybe by the next video that'll be done. I'll let you guys know in a post or a short or something. But yeah, so hope you guys all are having a fantastic day. I will see you all in the next video. Like I said, if you need anything, email is always open, comment section is always open, and I'll see you all in the next video. Stay positive.